Hi everybody. Today we're going to do our last new lesson, and then after that we're going to be reviewing. This is for Math 2 and Math 3. It says notes, finding the missing angle using trig. So far we used trig to find the ratios sine, cosine, and tangent. And then we used those trig ratios to help us find the missing sides. This time we're going to find the missing angle. So we have a right triangle, but neither of the angles are labeled. This one has a question mark. So the question mark one we're going to call x. It says use x as the missing angle. And it says to round it to the nearest degree. So no decimal places, just degree. So this is the angle we're going to use. So this side is the hypotenuse. And this is adjacent. Excuse me. Because this is opposite the angle. So this is adjacent. So AH. And we write our friend up here, SOHCAHTOA. Which one is it? Cosine. So cosine of x equals adjacent, which is 13, over hypotenuse, which is 15. Now, we're going to learn something new. We're going to learn about cosine inverse and sine inverse and tangent inverse. On your calculator, above cosine is cosine with a little -1. So if you look at my calculator, here's cosine, and in blue right above it, it says cosine -1 to the -1, and this is sine, and that's sine to the -1, and tangent to -1. So I use blue, which is second. I use the second button to access those inverses. So cosine inverse is second cosine on the calculator. So to cancel out cosine, you have to do cosine inverse of cosine x, and they'll cancel. Equals, and if you do cosine inverse on one side, you have to do cosine inverse on the other side as well. So you're taking the cosine inverse of both sides, and you have to show this. They cancel, and you get x is approximately, and you do cosine inverse of 13 over 15. So second cosine, and see how it says cosine to the -1? That's what we want. Second cosine 13 divided by 15. And how many degrees? 29.9 rounds up to 30 degrees. That's how you do find the missing angle. So here's x, where the question mark is. This is opposite. This is the hypotenuse. So this is sine, because it's so. Sine of x equals 6 over 12. Sine inverse of sine x equals sine inverse of 6 over 12. Excuse me. So we do second sine. So it's sine inverse of 6 over 12. And it gives you 30, and it doesn't have approximately, it's exactly 30. So I write equals 30. That won't happen very often, most of the time. And it's 30 degrees. So let's see if we can figure out which one this one is. Opposite, adjacent. TOA, tangent of, and I forgot to put the x, equals 4 over 11. So tangent inverse of both sides so we do second tangent, so it's tangent inverse of 4 over 11. How many degrees? 20. Some people have been getting the wrong answers on their calculators. It has to be in degrees, DEG. So find the manual for your calculator or Google how to change to degrees on the kind of calculator that you have. But you need to be getting the right answers, especially on a quiz. It's important. Don't wait till the quiz. Adjacent, hypotenuse. Check your answers on the homework and make sure they're right. AH. Cosine of x equals 20 over 48. Cosine inverse of cosine x equals cosine inverse of 20 over 48. So second cosine of 20 over 48, how many degrees? Do I round up or down? Down, 65. So I want you to try number 5 yourself. I'll give you a minute to do it, and then we'll see if you get the right answer. So did you use sine, cosine, or tangent for this one? So you should have used sine. Then you do it on your calculator. Second sine, sine inverse, 11 over 40. And what do we round up to? 16 degrees. This one's opposite, adjacent. So which trig ratio is it? So tangent inverse of tangent x, those cancel and give you x, equals tangent inverse of 18 over 39. And then you do it on the calculator, this part. Tangent inverse of 18 over 39, and you get 25 degrees. And then the last one we're going to do, adjacent hypotenuse. So which ratio do we use? So this becomes x, and you do cosine inverse of 3 over 12, and you get 76 degrees. So I'll post the homework for you, and it's due tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. All right? And if you have a lot of trouble with it, let me know, and we can have a Zoom meeting about it. So that we can straighten things out if you have a question about it. Okay? Thank you.